roasted red pepper hummus. Earlier today, Ken went through and put some dried chickpeas in the Instapot. Here's the consistency you're looking for. You can pinch them with your fingers and they're soft. There's no crunch to them. This makes a smooth, creamy hummus. So you're gonna need 2 cups of those, or 16 ounces. Keep some of the aquafaba. If you're using cans, keep all of it, but set it off to the side. Put half in at the beginning. Scallion. The zest of about 1/4 of this lemon and the juice of all of it. 3 whole cloves. Then you've got a jar of roasted red peppers. This is 153 grams or 5 ounces. It's not the entire jar. You're gonna need some tahini, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic, 2 tablespoons of onion powder. Then this is new. I'm gonna give it a shot since it's already gonna be smoky. This is oak smoked garlic, pepper, and salt. I get all of my spices in the bulk section at HEB, and it's much cheaper that way. Then once you get everything mixed up, you'll want to taste it, and if you need to, just sprinkle some extra salt in there and remix. Now we're going to go ahead and put everything in the blender. I have a high-speed Vitamix. You don't need a high-speed Vitamix, you don't need a high-speed blender, but your consistency will be much smoother using a high-speed. I started out with a Kasori and it lasted for about 2 years. Now I've upgraded to the Vitamix and it doesn't disappoint. One thing I forgot to tell you, I saved out 1 cup of aquafaba, and that will go into everything as I pour in. You will probably need to add extra water, or if you have more in your cans, if you were using cans, then you'll pour that in there as well. I pour it as I go after I see how everything is looking from the start. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the end off of my onion. And again, this was one of the ones that was resurrected from the pot. I could, if I wanted to, go through and put this back in the pot and let it grow again. It would, but I'm not going to. I could just stick it in the blender just as is, cut my lemon in half, or maybe not. So that is ready. Pop them and peel them. Comes off just like that. Now we're gonna put everything into the blender and start blending. So I was gonna zest the lemon and I already cut it, but it's not gonna be a big deal. I'm gonna put my zester up here and I'm just gonna put the zest right in. Please be very careful of your fingers. These are very sharp. And the other thing I forgot is that I'm using my lemon juicer, so I did not need to cut it into sections. But hey, we all make mistakes, right? Now I'm gonna add in the 2 cups of chickpeas, lemon in, so the juice of the entire lemon. When done properly, you put your half lemon, you put it upside down, and you push it in like this, and then everything comes out the bottom. But I didn't do that. So I'm gonna look and see how much liquid do I actually have in the bottom. And there's really not a whole lot. So I am going to add added about 3/4 of a cup. Go ahead and pop in the garlic, the onion, the garlic powder, pepper. And I am not a huge pepper fan. I'm very sensitive to it, so even just having black pepper sometimes makes it difficult for me to eat the food. So this was significantly less than the rest of them. And I'm looking at the amount of chickpeas I have. So instead of going with 2 tablespoons of onion powder and smoked paprika, I'm gonna cut it by half and I'm gonna eyeball it because I don't want the flavors to overpower the creaminess of the chickpeas. So 1 tablespoon approximately of the onion powder and probably about 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. Now, again, I eyeball the tahini. Some people measure it out specifically, but I don't mind eyeballing, and you'll find that with many of my recipes, I eyeball everything. Wow, good thing I had a new one. You have to be sure to either shake or stir tahini because it's simply ground up roasted sesame seeds. And since sesame seeds are a seed in the nut and seed family, their oils separate from the fiber and protein that's in there. So So you have to shake them really good. Otherwise, you end up with runny tahini at the top and super thick peanut butter-like consistency at the bottom. So this is the only oil going in this. Now I'm going to add in our roasted red pepper, and I'm saving this juice just in case we need to add it later. So now comes the loud part. We'll let Ken edit out all that. This will tamp down anything and get air bubbles out, but I will have to stop and start as I go in order to get it all smoothed out, top and bottom. All right, make sure you have this in. I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten that. I'm going to start it at 4. I like to keep my hand on it. So now I'm going to take the lid off and see what it is tasting like and what the consistency looks like. It's making sounds at me because there's a bubble in there. Oh my, very yummy. So I'm not going to add anything else to this except maybe a smidge more tahini to cream it out a little bit better. I'd say that was probably 2 teaspoons that I just added. The biggest thing is just don't be afraid to try new things. Get in there, and I'm going to add the rest of this. Sorry. I have ADD if you haven't picked up on that yet. A squirrel talk. So get in there and try new things. Don't be afraid to make mistakes with your food because who knows? It may be your next favorite meal. So I'm going to put my lid, squirrel, back on. I'm going to give it another zhuzh. I added the rest of the red pepper sauce, red pepper juice. That is looking beautiful. So I'm going to get a carrot or bell pepper, whichever I can find first. I'll be right back. So I found some bell pepper and I've got myself some red pepper hummus here and it's smoky. So this is really good. Very peppery for me, but I can still do it. And it's got the fresh garlic. That's probably what I'm actually picking up on rather than the pepper itself. So what we do whenever we have a big batch like this and we're going to make a big salad, we'll take this and we'll make a salad dressing out of it. So if you want to see that, hang tight. So I gathered the supplies to go ahead and make this dressing. It's all eyeballed and I'm so sorry, but you'll get the gist of it, right? So you're going to need a mason jar with a lid. I am going to do kind of a sweet citrus. So I have 2 Baby Bella oranges, sweet easy peel mandarin oranges. I rinsed the lemons from before because they got some hummus on them. But I'm just going to go ahead and re-squeeze them because I can still get some more juice out of them. And I'm going to zest the orange and the lemon. Again, there's still some zest on there. Not going to zest the whole thing, but just enough to get that vibrant flavor in. Then I typically will use a plain vinegar of some sort. I had this in the cabinet. It's rice wine vinegar. And then I like to use a flavored balsamic, an aged balsamic. I had this in the cabinet. This one is vanilla balsamic. They have dark and they have white. Each one has a different flavor profile. These are really good. There should be one of this type in your area. Might not be Moretti's because I'm from Florida and we had one and it was not called Moretti's, it was something else. So anywhere you can get these flavored balsamics, they're super sweet. They're really, really good. You can literally pour them over ice cream. So since we didn't go there today, I went to Target and I found glaze with balsamic vinegar. It says it's thick and sweet for drizzling over ice cream and roasted veggies. So this is going to be my substitute. And I'm going to take my jar and my hummus and plop down in there halfway full. Place it flesh or pulp side down. Squeeze it right in there. Oh my goodness, that was so much juice. I might not need 2 of them. And then I am going to then zest the next one. This is the sharp side and you have the flesh. You just go across it like this, periodically moving it so, because you don't want the pith of the citrus because that's very bitter. And you'll start to see it show up on the underside. And you'll see the little grazed part there. These oranges, the peel is very, very soft. But this is where so much flavor and aroma comes. So when you open this jar to eat, your salad, I'm gonna finish the rest of it in here. You can smell the zest of that orange and oh my goodness, it is so refreshing and inviting. Like I said, I'm gonna go through and I'll squeeze a little more of this lemon out because there's still some juice to be had. Oh, quite a bit. It took me quite a while to figure out all the ratios for this, but with trial and error, over and over and over, I finally got it. So now I'm going to open up this glaze, and I'm going to give it a little taste test because I don't know what it tastes like yet. I just want a little taste to see what I'm working with. That is definitely a glaze, super thick. Ooh, that's good stuff. So I put about a tablespoon, mix it all in there, and I'm going to put the lid on and give it a good shake. You can tell it's mixed really well whenever the color is all the same. So this is what we have right here. This is the consistency for now. You could use this on your salad as is. It's really good this way with black beans on a salad, anything that's really chunky and bulky. This is really good. If you're going for a lighter salad that has more delicate vegetables to it, then you would want to thin it out. You can thin it out with water, you could thin it out with another vinegar. You have to keep trying it to see what is going to work best for what you are doing and your taste profile. And this is nothing but the balsamic glaze, orange juice, fresh squeezed from the orange, lemon, and the roasted red pepper hummus that we just made. So we're gonna give it a taste. Oh, that's very good.
So what do we got here?
This is the smoky roasted red pepper hummus.
So we did a poll, and this is the one you guys voted for.
Yes, it
is. The red pepper won the poll. So let's see how it is. That is really good. Does it have oil in it?
Nope.
I love that. That is fantastic. So what is this we have over here?
So this is the dressing that we have on our salads. This is the thicker version for our bulky salads, like with the black beans and the corn and chunked up bell pepper. So it is definitely thick.
That is on the thicker side, but that's okay. That means it's going to stick to everything really well.
And this is how I start all of them. I leave them thick, and then if we need to dilute them out, we go ahead and we dilute it out either with more vinegar or some water or juice.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and there we go. All right. I got a nice yellow bell pepper with a little of this dressing on here.
And the nice part is you can pretty much eat what you want of it because there's no oil.
There's no oil in the dressing either.
No.
You see,
except for what came in the tahini.
Just the tahini. People assume that you have to put oil in stuff in order to make it taste good, and the reality is you really don't.
Oh my gosh.
And you save so many calories by not putting the oil in here.
Could we just make Taste Division?
Taste Division. Taste Tube channel. It's a new Taste Tube channel where we just sit around and taste stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'd enjoy it. I don't know if anybody would watch it or not, though.
I could honestly eat the dressing part. Just.
That is so good.
By the spoonful.
It's delicious. All right. So if you guys enjoyed these cooking demonstrations that Frieda put on for you, let us know in the comments. Please take a moment to like the video, subscribe if you want to see more things like this. You have a great afternoon, and thank you for watching. God bless you.
I just realized we match.
We do. I realized that a few minutes ago. I just didn't say anything about it. But
we've been dressed like this all day.
All day, yeah. And we didn't even realize it until just now. All right. God bless. Thanks for watching. Bye.